Why do so many vibrant folks fade after 80? It's not just genes or luck-hidden factors steal vitality and you can fight them. I'm revealing 5 unexpected reasons why many struggle to thrive past 80, from subtle habits to overlooked choices that dim your spark. These aren't the usual diet or exercise tips. They're deeper, rarely discussed truths that can reshape how you age. Backed by real stories and science, you'll learn how to protect your energy, mind, and independence. By the end, you'll have a plan to live not just longer, but fuller, with simple steps to start today. Don't miss the last reason it's a quiet game changer for longevity. Let's connect if you want to age with strength. Hit subscribe and ring the bell. Drop a 1 in the comments if this hooks you, or a 0 if it's not your vibe. Your thoughts fuel us, share them now. Reason 1: loss of micro-social engagement. After 80, many vibrant folks fade, and one silent culprit is the quiet erosion of micro-social engagement, those tiny everyday interactions that seem small but fuel your vitality. These aren't deep friendships or family gatherings, but fleeting moments, a nod to the mail carrier, a quick chat with the grocery clerk, or a wave to a neighbor's dog. These brief connections regulate your nervous system, boost mood, and keep your brain's social circuits sharp, helping you thrive well past 80. Meet Henry, an 82-year-old from a small town in Oregon. He used to stroll to the local diner, swapping hellos with the barista and joking about the weather in a 5-minute exchange. But after a knee flare-up, he stopped walking the 1-mile route, ordering groceries online instead. His hearing faded, making chats at the 70-degree park harder, so he stayed indoors. Within a year, Henry felt foggy, his energy dipping, and his spark dimmed. He didn't realize those casual encounters were his lifeline. Studies show microsocial interactions cut loneliness stress by 20%, lowering inflammation and dementia. Risk key longevity factors. Why does this matter? These moments signal belonging, telling your brain you're part of a living world. Without them, loneliness creeps in, not the loud kind, but a subtle drain that spikes cortisol, weakens immunity, and shrinks memory networks by 15% per research. After 80 reduced outings, maybe due to a 2-inch curbs risk or colder 50-degree days, cut these touchpoints, starving your 140-pound frame of social fuel. Henry's retreat wasn't just simplifying life, it dulled his mind's drive to stay engaged. How do you keep it alive? Count your daily interactions? Hellos, smiles, brief chats. If under 5, act now. Walk 10 minutes to a cafe, nodding to a passerby. Chat 30 seconds with a cashier, even if hearing's tough. Henry restarted his diner trips thrice weekly, using a $20 cane for stability. No store nearby, call a friend for a 5-minute catch-up. Sit on your porch, waving to kids, free and simple. Apps like FaceTime connect you in a 3-minute call if mobility's limited. Stay consistent. Henry made short walks his morning habit, like his 8-ounce coffee, and his clarity returned. These interactions boost heart health, social ties, cut stroke risk by 10%. They keep you grounded. Share a 20-minute neighbor talk without feeling invisible. Ask yourself, am I chatting less daily? Try one interaction today, maybe a smile at the mailbox. Your spirits carried you through decades. Let's keep it connected. These small connections are your spark for thriving, not just surviving. They're not grand gestures, but vital threads weaving you into life's fabric. Your social web's ready to rebuild, start weaving. Reason 2: overcautious inactivity. After 80, many vibrant people fade, and one subtle culprit is overcautious inactivity, when being careful becomes a trap that saps strength and vitality. It starts with good intentions. A slip on a 3-inch step or a wobble on a sidewalk prompts you to cut back on movement. You avoid bending for a low shelf or skip your 1-mile walk in 60-degree weather. But this caution meant to protect quietly erodes your muscle balance and independence, dimming your spark and shortening your years. Meet Ellen, an 82-year-old from a small town in Colorado. She loved her evening strolls, but after a near fall on a 2-inch curb, she stopped walking outside, fearing injury. Her family urged her to take it easy, so she sat more watching TV for 3 hours nightly instead of moving. Within 6 months, Ellen's legs felt unsteady, her core weakened, and climbing 5 steps left her winded. She didn't realize her caution was accelerating decline. Studies show overcautious inactivity speeds muscle loss by 5% yearly, raising fall risk by 30% in seniors, a major longevity threat. Why does this matter? Your body thrives on motion, like a 140-pound garden needing tending. Stopping activity, say, avoiding a 10-minute walk, shrinks muscles, especially core stabilizers, weakening balance and coordination. Falls causing 90% of hip fractures after 80 spike when strength fades. Inactivity also dulls reflexes, making a 1-foot misstep dangerous. Ellen's retreat wasn't safety. It starved her body of stimulus slowing systems that keep a 150-pound frame resilient. Research links reduced movement to a 20% higher risk of heart issues and cognitive decline. How do you stay active? Assess your day. Do you sit over 6 hours? If so, move more. Start with 5 chair squats daily, holding a table 2 feet away for support. Walk 10 minutes indoors using a $15 cane if needed. Try 3 heel raises 5 seconds each by a counter. Ellen began 15-minute walks in her 20-foot hallway, no gym required. Use sturdy shoes, 1-inch soles, about $40 for grip. No cost step in place during a 5-minute TV ad break. Clear paths move a 2-pound rug to reduce trip hazards. Stay steady. Ellen made short walks her afternoon habit, like her 8-ounce tea, and her strength returned. Movement boosts brain function activity, cuts dementia odds by 15%. It keeps you engaged. Garden for 20 minutes, or visit a neighbor. Ask yourself, am I avoiding movement out of fear? Try 1 step today, maybe 3 squats by your sofa. Your resilience has carried you through decades. Let's keep it moving. This subtle shift is vital for thriving past 80. It's not about reckless risks, but smart, deliberate motion to stay robust. Your muscles are poised to respond. Start small to spark big change. Reason 3. Disrupted sleep cycles from irregular light exposure. After 80, many vibrant folks fade, and one subtle saboteur is a misaligned internal clock thrown off by irregular light exposure. Your circadian rhythm governs mood, metabolism, immunity, and brain repair, but it falters without proper light cues, bright days and dark nights. Too little sunlight or too much evening glow confuses your body, disrupting sleep and sapping vitality, quietly dimming your spark and shortening your years. Meet Clara, an 84-year-old from a small town in Wisconsin. She once slept soundly, but after winter's 50-degree chill kept her indoors, she napped in a 20-minute afternoon sunbeam and watched TV till 11 p.m. bathed in a 60-watt lamp's glow. Soon she tossed for 30 minutes before sleep woke groggy after 7 hours and felt foggy by noon. Clara didn't realize her light habits were scrambling her rhythm. Studies show irregular light exposure cuts deep sleep by 25%, raising cognitive decline risk by 15% in seniors, a major longevity threat. Why does this matter? Morning light signals your brain to energize a 140-pound frame, while darkness triggers melatonin for restful repair. Without 10,000 lux of daylight, equivalent to a 10-minute outdoor sit, your clock falters, weakening immunity and mood. Evening screens or 100-watt bulbs suppress melatonin by 20% per research, making sleep shallow. Poor rest spikes heart disease risk by 10% and slows brain toxin clearance linked to Alzheimer's. Clara's grogginess wasn't just age. Her body craved natural light balance. How do you fix it? Check your light habits. Get outside within an hour of waking dim lights by 8 p.m. If not, act now. Sit on a porch for 15 minutes at 8 a.m., soaking in 65-degree sunlight. Open blinds wide, letting 500 lux flood a 12-foot room. At night, use 40-watt bulbs and skip screens 1 hour before bed. Clara swapped her 9 p.m. show for a 10-minute book sleeping better. No yard, sit by a 2-foot window. A $30 light therapy lamp mimics daylight indoors. Stay steady. Clara made morning light her daily habit, like her 8-ounce juice, and her energy surged. Proper sleep boosts brain function, clearer thinking for a 20-minute chat. It strengthens immunity, cutting cold risk. Ask yourself, is my sleep off? Try one change today. Open curtains at dawn. Your vitality's fueled you for decades. Let's keep it humming. This subtle shift is vital for thriving past 80. It's not about drastic fixes, but aligning light to restore rhythm. Your body's poised to reset. Start now to shine brighter. Reason 4. Emotional suppression from loss and isolation. After 80, many vibrant people dim, and one hidden cause is the quiet burden of unprocessed grief from loss and isolation. By this age, you've likely faced profound losses: a spouse, sibling, or lifelong friend. Swallowing that sorrow, putting on a brave face, seems natural, but it takes a silent toll on your body and spirit. Unexpressed emotions don't vanish. They linger, draining your energy and health, quietly shortening your years. Meet Walter, an 86-year-old from a small town in Georgia. After losing his wife of 60 years, he stayed stoic, saying, "I'm fine," avoiding tears. He stopped his 15-minute walks to the local park, withdrew from his 20-minute senior center chats, and sat alone in his 70-degree living room. Within a year, he lost 10 pounds, slept fitfully, and felt a heaviness he couldn't name. Walter didn't realize his suppressed grief was harming his health. Studies show unprocessed loss raises stress hormones by 20%, weakening immunity, and increasing heart disease risk by 15% in seniors, a major longevity threat. Why does this matter? Grief, when buried, stresses your 140-pound frame like a constant weight. It disrupts digestion, sleep, and mood-spiking inflammation, linked to 30% of chronic illnesses, after 80 per research. Isolation compounds this. Fewer 5-minute talks with friends leave pain unshared, tightening your nervous system. Walter's withdrawal wasn't strength. It stored sorrow, dulling his drive to live fully. Expressed emotions even quietly release tension, letting your heart and body heal. How do you address it? Notice your feelings. Do you avoid sadness or feel alone? If so, open up. Write a 10-minute journal entry about a loss kept in a $5 notebook by your bed. Talk to a friend for 15 minutes weekly, sharing memories. Join a 1-hour community group like a book club to connect. Walter started a 20-minute weekly call with his son, saying, "I miss her," and felt lighter. No group nearby. Try a $50 online therapy session monthly. A 10-minute prayer or meditation can also soothe. Stay open. Walter made journaling his evening habit, like his 8-ounce tea, and his energy lifted. Emotional release boosts brain health, clearer focus for a 30-minute puzzle. It strengthens resilience, cutting depression risk. Ask yourself, am I holding in pain? Try one outlet today. Maybe a 5-minute note about someone you miss. Your heart's endured decades. Let's keep it light. This hidden burden can be lifted to thrive past 80. It's not about erasing loss, but letting it breathe to stay whole. Your spirit's ready to heal. Begin today to reclaim your light. Reason 5. Gradual loss of daily purpose. After 80, many vibrant souls dim, and one subtle thief is the slow erosion of daily purpose, not grand ambitions, but the small routines that give your day meaning. Watering a plant, feeding a stray cat, or writing a note to a friend, these quiet acts anchor you. Without them, mornings blur into evenings, and your body sensing no reason to rise quietly slows, dimming your vitality and shortening your years. Meet Ruth, an 88-year-old from a small town in Wisconsin. She once thrived on simple tasks, mailing postcards to church friends every Monday, making soup for a shelter on Thursdays, waving to kids from her porch at 4 p.m. But when her church group disbanded and her knees ached on 60-degree days, she stopped. Days lost structure. She sat in her 12-foot living room appetite, fading energy waning. Ruth didn't realize her lack of routine was draining her spirit. Studies show seniors without daily purpose face a 20% higher mortality risk as purpose fuels mental and physical health. Why does this matter? Purpose even modest signals your 140-pound frame it's needed, keeping cells active and organs alert. Without it, appetite drops. 10% of seniors lose weight from disinterest and movement stalls, raising heart disease risk by 15% per research. A life without small goals like a 10-minute walk dims brain networks for learning and mood, linked to 25% higher depression rates. Ruth's fading spark wasn't age, it was a life without daily anchors leaving her adrift. How do you nurture it? List your daily tasks: gardening, calling a friend, reading. If fewer than 3, create new ones. Water a $5 plant daily 2 feet from your window. Call a relative for 5 minutes weekly. Volunteer 1 hour monthly at a library. Ruth restarted waving to kids, adding a 10-minute porch sit, and felt alive again. No time, feed birds from a $10 feeder. A 15-minute journal entry about your day adds meaning, no cost needed. Stay anchored. Ruth made porch time her afternoon habit, like her 8-ounce juice, and her zest returned. Purpose sharpens cognition. Puzzles take 20 minutes with focus. It bolsters immunity, cutting cold frequency. Ask yourself, do my days feel empty? Try one task today, maybe a note to a neighbor. Your life's carried you far. Let's keep it purposeful. This quiet loss can be reversed to thrive past 80. It's not about big dreams, but daily threads weaving meaning. Your heart's ready to reignite. Begin now to stay vital. Final thoughts. Fading after 80 isn't just aging. It's the slow slip of small, vital habits. These 5 reasons: lost microsocial connections, overcautious stillness, disrupted sleep rhythms, buried grief, and fading daily purpose, reveal why many dim despite a healthy past. But you hold the power to change your path. A 5-minute chat with a neighbor, a gentle 10-minute walk, morning sunlight, a journaled memory, or a simple task like watering a plant can rekindle your spark. These aren't grand fixes. They're quiet, daily choices that keep your mind sharp, body resilient, and heart open. Reflect now. Where do you feel a shift? Start small. Wave to a passerby today, or dim lights tonight. Your 140-pound frame is ready to thrive, not just survive into your 90s. Every step you take now builds a fuller, longer life. Share one change you'll try in the comments below. Your story inspires us. Hit subscribe and ring the bell for more tips to age boldly. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.